Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I just want to make sure I'm going to share my screen here and then I want to make sure that you can hear and see me. So, can you see my slides? Can you hear and see me? If someone could drop it into the chat, that'd be great. And we'll get going. Welcome to the 100K Blueprint. This is the class to help you start a 100K online wellness program. Awesome. Thank you so much, Megan. It's good to see you here. Okay, so I'm Dr. Allison McLean, physical therapist, yoga teacher, massage therapist, coach, and owner of Ignite Your Wellness Business, where I help the wellness entrepreneur get profitable. And today we're talking about the 100K blueprint for your online wellness program. Now, here's the agenda. We're going to get rolling. I'm going to give you a brief intro as to why this is important and some tips on how to streamline the process for you so you can feel more confident in your business, sign more clients, bring in more revenue, help more people. But first, you showed up live. So I want to get you your free Instagram audit. So since you're live, do this for me. And I'll say this a couple of times to just catch people as they come in. Just message me either via the chat right now or the Q&A, and you can do it personal. Your Instagram handle, because I'm going to download the chat when we get off and I'm going to go loom you a video in the next few days of your personalized Instagram bio, because that's your bonus for showing up live. Now you can do it. You can Instagram me, message me the chat, your Instagram handle. You can do it to public to everyone, and you can go follow each other and create a community, which I just love. Or if you want to keep it secret, that's fine too. You can just personally message me your IG handle. Okay. Also, at the end, and also you have a chance to win a free 30-minute call one-to-one with me, because again, I want to create some community. I want to create some hype, some support for you. So just do a screen share shot of attending live with me today and tag me. I'm going to put my Instagram handle here. And if you tag me in a screen share story that I can share, then I'll enter you in to win a free 30-minute one-to-one call with me. And this can be part of how to implement the strategy from today into your schedule, what's important for you personally to focus on. So many things we can do in that call. Okay, so we're going to get right. And then after the intro, we'll get right into the 100K blueprint. We'll go over some case studies so you know that this process is proven. It works not only for me, so you'll hear a little bit about my story and case study, as well as many of my clients. And for those of you that do want to work more with me one-to-one, I do have a one-time special offer just for the next few days, and I'll explain what that is. Plus, since you are live, you can ask me your own personalized individual questions, and I'll stay on to make sure I get them answered for you. Okay. So I know that you're a wellness practitioner that wants to hit 10K months without overworking. You don't want to be back to back to back with people online or in person. You especially don't want to be completely dependent upon your body to bring in all of that 10K revenue. Yet you're not really sure how that works. You feel limited on your time. You do post somewhat on social media, but you're afraid to spend more time there without being sure that you'll get some kind of return on that time you're spending on social media. So you kind of tip your toes in social media, but don't feel like you have a proven process or proven strategy to especially bring in online wellness clients. So you get a lot of clients because of all this booking random one-off sessions here or there and using different booking links. You also have a lot of low ticket offers. We're going to get into this, but you really want to hit 10K months without overworking. You want to help more people because it's part of your dharma, it's part of your purpose This is why you're a wellness practitioner. You're passionate about the work you do. You're skilled about the work you do. And you want to help more people with all of that, but you still want to have time for your own wellness practices. You want to have time to be with your family. You want to take vacations. You want to have time to rest. And so you feel confused right now. How do I get there? How do I have more time? How do I hit those 10K months? How do I bring in that additional revenue without relying 100% on my body so I don't get completely tired and burn out? And right now, I know some of you feel that your business feels complex. You're not sure where to market. You're not sure which of your programs to market when. If you do show up to social media, you're not sure what to say. You're not sure where to find your ideal client. We're going to go over all of that today so you get clarity. I help wellness entrepreneurs create more freedom in their wellness business with proven strategies so that you can hit those 10K, even 20K months. It's when I was a wellness practitioner with my brick and mortar, you hear some of my story. I hit 20K months. I had to learn first I overworked and then I didn't, but I did it without overworking. And I'm not a special snowflake. So if I can do it, you can for sure do it too with time to spend with your family. And remember, if you're just coming in and you want your free Instagram audit from me, I'll leave you a personalized Loom video. Make sure to drop your Instagram handle into the chat. I'm going to download it after this webinar, and in the next few days, go send you that Loom video. And if you want to get entered to win a 30-minute one-to-one call with me for free, make sure you do a screenshot and tag me. Okay. All right. So here's some case studies to get you motivated. My client Emily came to me and she wanted to get fully booked. And she had both, she's a physical therapist, a women's health specialist, a yoga teacher, and an online health coach. So she wanted to get fully booked with both of those, a hybrid business. She moved to a new town. First, we got her fully booked in her brick and mortar business because that's what she wanted to prioritize first, with getting online clients. So she didn't have to be completely location dependent. She also didn't have to be dependent on her body. And she just loved doing health coaching work. So this can happen quickly. My client, Joe, he was a lawyer and now he's a spiritual practitioner. He went working with me. He wrote his first book. He went from doing a couple one-off sessions here or there, both in person and online, and now selling packages of 13, and they're primarily all online. So you get to choose the type of business that you want to run. Lynn came to me. She is a physical therapist for runners. We worked on using one of my strategies, which I'm going to show you today, moving from those one-off sessions similar to Joe. Sometimes she would sell packages of 3 to selling packages of 6 confidently, packages of 12, and that enabled her to hit her 100K a year without overworking. And we started to bring in her online program, which she's selling more of now as well. My client, Kelly, she's a yoga teacher here in my area. And she wanted to get more consistent clients coming in, more consistent consultations. So within our first few weeks working together, I taught her my selling without selling strategy that she could implement into her yoga classes. So she never felt like she had to be slimy in her yoga classes or do self promotion in her yoga classes. And just utilizing this one technique, she taught her next class and brought in a new consult. So again, this can happen quickly. You can leave today and go out there and get clients. But here is what I feel holds a lot of wellness entrepreneurs back is you think that people don't want to pay for high ticket wellness services, especially online. You just don't think that they want to pay thousands of dollars to utilize your services online, especially. And that one thought, that one belief is holding you back. And the problem when you don't believe that people do want to purchase high ticket wellness offers is that you get stuck in those one off sessions. You end up having a bunch of low ticket offers like workshops, those one off sessions, different types of one off sessions. So maybe you have health coaching as one offer, yoga therapy as one offer, massage therapy as another offer, because I know you're multiple skilled wellness practitioner. So you have many certifications and you're just making all these little offers for people to purchase here at $150 or $200. And because of that, you never know what to market when. You never know what to say to your audience because you don't know if you should speak to the yoga therapy. You don't know if you should speak to the physical therapy or the massage, or do I talk about my online yoga membership that I have? You get confused. And because of that, you spend a lot of time trying to get this online program off the ground, but it's low ticket. So you get a few people buying it here or there. You're teaching workshops here or there. You're getting these one-off sessions here or there. And what happens is at the end of the month, you feel like you've done a lot, right? You like feel like your weeks were busy. In fact, sometimes too busy. You're racing around and you're like, I must have made more money this month. And you tally up all that you did, all your one-off sessions, all your low ticket offers that people purchased, and you know what ends up being like $1,500 or $2,000. And it's not bad, but there's potential to bring in 8, 10, and even higher K month working less. And that's what I'm here to talk with you about today. And you sometimes when you get stuck there at that 1 to 2K revenue mark, you're baffled as how do you go further because you don't have more time. And so business feels complex and hard, and you feel limited by your schedule. You don't want to do more one-to-ones. You want to sell this group or on-demand online program. And so because of that, you're searching for the right clients. You're very particular about who you want to work with. Now, you want to be aware of this. You want to be aware if you're thinking that you have to attract the perfect ideal client, because what happens with that is that you're missing a lot of clients right in front of you because you don't need, here's something, write it down. You don't need a large audience to hit 6 figures online. You can have an Instagram following of 200 people, 100 to 200 people. It's enough. You can have an email list of 100 or 200 people. It's enough. The right people that want to buy your high ticket wellness services, whether you're doing it online or in person, they're there already in your list. And when you don't believe that, and you don't believe that they want to work with you online, then you waste time trying to solve the wrong problem. Meaning, you're either tinkering with your website, you're tinkering with a funnel, you're tinkering with a welcome email sequence. All that's fine. But truthfully, you don't need all that till after you hit 6 figures. And if you're always tinkering behind the screen, you're never out there actually meeting people that need your help now, online or in person. I'll show you. So the solution is to get the reliable process to bring high ticket wellness clients online into your world and believe that they do want to work with you. And when you do this, you get to combine, you get to utilize all your modalities, all your certifications into one streamlined offer. So it simplifies your business. You're going to hear a story from my client, Julie, how she actually made 10K months working less. So you have more free time. You always know what to say, where to market, and who that person that is the ideal fit. You know that they're everywhere. So when you have this belief, you get back control of your time and energy, and you get better at getting them the results. That's the whole reason why you're a wellness entrepreneur in the first place. So we're going to go over the 3 strategies, but I just want to make sure that you have the belief that people do want to buy high ticket wellness offers, whether it's a one-to-one, a group program, an on-demand program, any type of online program that you can imagine. You have to believe that they want it for these for these 3 strategies to work. And you might be thinking, well, I like my low ticket offers. I like my yoga classes. I like my workshops. I like my retreats. I like my one-off sessions. I want to be able to help people at all different income levels. I want to utilize all my different certifications. And you can, but you need to do it in a streamlined way. You don't want to have a bunch of low ticket offers everywhere. Or for many of you, when I go into your link tree, your links are like through the page and people don't know where to start. They don't know how to find you, how to take that next step when there's so many links. The next step gets buried. And because of that, you're not effectively reaching people, or if they're coming to a 2-hour workshop, that's great, or a one-off session, that's great, but you know that there's more. You can help them more. And when they're not working with you over a longer period of time, you're not able to help them as effectively. And again, you're not able to use all your certifications to help that one person. You're stuck just showing them the tip of the iceberg. And I know that you're able to help more people. And I get it. I've been there too. I thought that having more wellness certifications was the answer to my problem. So I first started out as a massage therapist over 20 years ago. I'm sorry, I'm going to date myself, but I first got my first massage certification in the year 2000 and went right to work. And I eventually had I was working commission. I was had my own office inside a spa. So it was my own business essentially. I was an independent contractor, and I remember I finally got myself fully booked. I was 25 years old. I was super happy until I looked at my revenue and I looked at my schedule. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm 25 years old and I haven't even hit I'm fully booked and I haven't hit six figures." But it's only going to go downhill from here because I can't do any more massages in a day, can't do any more massages in a week or a month. This is it. So I thought the answer was to go back to school for my doctorate in physical therapy, which was great. I learned a ton of very, very useful information. But the problem is it didn't solve my business problem. I thought getting that degree would help me more effectively help people so I didn't have to overwork. I didn't have to, kind of punish my body by doing laborious massages back to back to back. However, the truth is, I got out of physical therapy school with over six figures of student loan debt. So now I just had to work harder. So eventually, when I had my own business, I was in hustle mode. I thought, getting a yoga teacher certification would help. I thought getting my Reiki certification would help bring more people in the door. What it really led to in the beginning phases of my business was burnout. I was tired and exhausted. And I got into the coaching world right before the pandemic. So, kind of in 2018, 2017 or so. At the same time, I got a scary health diagnosis. And it really opened my eyes to the importance of learning how to have a manageable, sustainable business or schedule while growing your business, as well as the potential of doing more work online to de-risk your business in case you ever get a diagnosis like mine and you need multiple surgeries, lots and lots of doctor's appointments. I had to figure it all out, and it took me some time and I made a lot of mistakes. But when I worked through it, here I am now is I'm able to sell. I have people, you get to choose. So I have a 95% of my revenue these days comes from business coaching, the wellness entrepreneur. I have a few in person patients, massage patients, bodywork patients that I love to work with that keep coming and coming and coming. And the minimum package that they purchase is $3,000 with me. My business coaching people purchase $6,000 working with me. I do occasionally a paying small or low ticket workshop, but they're only once in a while. All my revenue is coming from these larger high ticket wellness clients. And because of that, I'm able to have a ton of time off. Last year, I took close to 8 weeks off. I hit the highest revenue I've ever hit. I work on average about 30 hours a week or less. Sometimes I work 35 if I have a webinar coming up and I want to prepare it a little bit more, but most of the time it's about 30 hours a week or less. I have control over my schedule. So I get to run my business how I want. I know I want to work location independent, meaning just this year my daughter and I going to Florida for a trip. If I wanted, could choose to see clients for a day in Florida. I actually went through that, but I decided I want to take the full time off and have a vacation. My family, we just got back from Hawaii. We take a lot of time off. But if I wanted to stay in Florida for 2 or 3 weeks, I could because majority of my revenue comes online. And then when I got back into San Diego, I could see my in-person brick and mortar people because I love working with my hands. I'm not ready to like completely let that go yet. I'm not sure if I ever will. Um, but I have the choice. I have so much more freedom in my business. And that's what I help my clients with as well. But it starts with the belief that people want to purchase your high ticket offer so you can hit 100K years without working. So I'd love to hear it for you. Does any of this resonate with you? What are your thoughts? Do you have any questions so far? Let me know. We're going to get into the 3 strategies with that belief as the foundation right now. But before I want to move on, I want to make sure there's no questions and what you're all thinking. Take a sip of water here. Okay, here's the overview of the 3 strategies. And we're going to go into each of them in detail. Number 1, 6-figure lead generating workshops. If you're already teaching workshops, good on you. We are going to dive deeper there because I see a lot of mistakes with people teaching workshops out there in the wellness world. And we want to make sure that they're working for you and they're not just another low ticket offer or a time suck, because they can take up a lot of time preparing for them and delivering them and getting them in the books and all the things. So we want to make sure that, your workshops are doing more than just that, few $100s that you're receiving from a workshop. We're also going to go over high converting consultations, because when you have your ethical high ticket wellness offer online, you need a transition period where someone goes from finding you or just hearing about you or learning about your offer to having the opportunity to ask questions if they're the right fit and find out if they're the right fit to work with you. And we'll go over what that exactly means so you don't feel like you're wasting your time. I find that a lot of wellness entrepreneurs shy away from consultations because they're worried about spending time, investing time with someone that most likely will be a no. Again, that comes from the belief that you don't think that people want to purchase a high ticket wellness offer. And what goes into having a successful high ticket wellness offer online so that people are excited to work with you and you're getting the people results. So they're getting what they're paid for. So you feel authentic and in alignment. Now, how do I know that people want high ticket wellness offers? Well, I'm here in San Diego, which is like the wellness capital. There's wellness entrepreneurs everywhere. There's wellness just everywhere. And when I had my brick and mortar, people were buying thousands of dollars to work with me again and again. And I still have some of those clients I have now, 5, 10 years later, paying again thousands of dollars because they value their wellness. And I also brought the same work online. When I got good at my 6-figure lead generation strategy utilizing workshops, which I'll go into, I was able to teach workshops in New York. I sold them out in New York. I taught yoga teacher trainings all over the world, Finland, Switzerland, and I would get requests from people from these workshops and yoga teacher trainings all over the nation and the world. Can you help me with this and this problem with my wellness? And because I had an online wellness program, I was able to say yes and work with people all over the world. And I was able to differentiate myself in an online saturated wellness market like Instagram. So you are able to, part of the work of your ethical high ticket offer is utilizing your certifications, which we're going to get into, and how to differentiate yourself because no one has your unique certification. Sorry, going backwards. Okay. So step number 1, these 6-figure lead generation workshops. So when you don't have a concrete workshop plan, what ends up happening is you don't have a clear marketing plan to grow your audience. Like I said, you don't need a massive audience to make 6 figures, but on the way to 6 figures, if you have an audience of 100 or 200 in your email list or your Instagram or Facebook, for example, you can still make 6 figures and you can still be working to grow your email list. You can do them both at the same time. And these workshops can be a streamlined strategy, a repeatable process to do this over and over again. But I find a lot of people, they kind of teach workshops willy-nilly. Like they're going to just do the workshop and then that's it. They don't have it part of their funnel to where the next step could be, for example, consultations. And then the step after that is your high ticket wellness offer. Because they don't have that clear funnel or they don't see the big picture, then they feel like they don't have a clear marketing plan and they're showing up on social media sporadically, going to a random networking event here, maybe working on the website there, and their schedule feels kind of all over the place. And then you don't feel like you have a reliable way to bring people in the door. And you think getting that few $100s for that workshop is good, you're doing good. Then again, at the end of the month, you end up only making $1,000 or $2,000 a month when you could have made $6,000 a month. So when you have your system for six-figure lead generating workshops, clients understand why you're different. They realize your expertise because part of the workshop system process, which I'm going to teach you in just a moment, is to highlight your unique experience and expertise through your certifications and your unique story. And when you're able to do that, people in the workshops, so these are pictures of my own sold out workshops, they will say, "Oh, I love the information she taught in that workshop. I want to work with her more. I'm going to go book a consultation." So then instead of just paying the $35 for the workshop, now they're interested in paying you $2,000, for example, to work with you for 3 months, which is great because then you can help them better because you have more time. You don't have to cram everything into one session. And because of that, referrals will be a bonus in your business. You always want referrals in your business from other practitioners, from people you've collaborated with, and of course your clients. You do want referrals, but you don't want to rely on referrals only because that's a lot of pressure for either for your clients or your friends, your family, whoever is referring you. You want them to just come in as they will. You want a process, a system like the workshops here that you have control over to tweak, to change, to modify, to get better at, to refine. So here is the workshop process. Number one, you need a popular topic. So a lot of wellness entrepreneurs actually do good here. They pick a good popular topic, or they try to be cute and pick something a little too abstract or esoteric. The problem with trying to differentiate yourself through an esoteric or abstract or kind of out there workshop is that people don't know if it's really for them or if it'll work or what it really is. So you want to make sure it's a clear and popular topic. So for example, my first workshops when I first started off were for the low back. So the title was very simple: Yoga Therapy for the Low Back. Heal your sciatica. People understood what it was for and the benefit of coming. They were going to learn things to heal their low back or sciatica issue. Those were my most popular ones, or neck or shoulder. Now, here is where you can really start to differentiate yourself. And this isn't being taught out there. Number one, what I see a lot of wellness entrepreneurs teaching in workshops is that the attendees can get the information on Google, or they can Google search it, or they can get it on YouTube, or they've heard it before. Like so many people say, "Oh, okay, low back," for example. My competitors, who weren't really my competitors, um, because people would come to me because they're like, "Allison, only you can do what you do." That's why people stay with me or 5 or 10 years. They say, "Allison, only you have the expertise of the yoga wall, of body work, of physical therapy knowledge, and a lot of yoga therapy trainings. Only you can do what you do." So it's this combination of teaching them uncommon strategies in combination with your unique certification. So instead of saying, "Oh, heal your low back by learning cat and camel and these hamstring stretches and your core strength," I blew their mind. When people came to my workshops, it was memorable. They remember, they told their friends, they're like, so I taught yoga wall workshops, which was very specialized for sciatica or for back pain or for discs. And people told their friends. So like a lot of those workshops sold out. Or I have pictures of me teaching two groups of people because people showed up last minute and wanted to come in. And I didn't want to turn them away because sometimes they drove from far away. So I just created two groups, um, because it was an uncommon strategy. I was one of the only physical therapists in the area utilizing the yoga wall and the combination of physical therapy and also my manual techniques. No one else could offer what I offered. So it was a combination of unique strategies. I also did a lot of work. You can see those white straps behind me, utilizing straps. So they left home with tangible things that they could implement that they've never tried before, that they've never seen before. So you hear out there all the time, you don't need another certification. Here's the thing, you probably already have a ton. Utilize them. What can you teach in your workshops that will blow their mind, that'll make it memorable? Where they say, oh my gosh, you have to go to so and so. I learned this really cool thing. It's kind of like a party trick, but it's an effective party trick. Like my yoga wall is very effective. The strap work, very effective. How do I know? Because I have scoliosis and history of disc tears and herniations myself, and I use them myself every day. I still do to this day. And it was in combination with my unique certifications. No one has my exact combination of certifications with the history of scoliosis and back pain and disc herniations themselves. So I was memorable. People trusted me. They're like, oh, it works for her, then it will work for me. And I was able to fill the rooms. I brought in a lot of community. And because of that, instead of just making $600, or some of my workshops had 30 plus people, over $1,000 in 2 hours, because I got people converting to my high ticket offer online or in person, I would hit 10 to 20K months. And here's the thing too, a lot of the times you think, oh, for my online program, I have to teach online workshops. Not true at all. For example, just a couple weeks ago, I taught an in-person event for the Encinita or the Carlsbad Chamber of Commerce, the Chamber of Commerce here in my local area, and it was in person. It was a live event, and I sold my online business coaching program. I got a bunch of consults afterwards and made over 10K from that one event. So in person can transfer to online. Online can transfer to in person. It doesn't matter. People don't care as long as they feel that you can solve their problem. So when they understand your expertise, which you can highlight all your certifications, I'm a big proponent. Get more certifications and sign people at the same time. You don't have to choose one or the other. So utilize those certifications and blow their mind with things and common strategies, effective tools that they haven't seen before, or the combination. So, for example, in my low ticket, my heal your low back workshop, I would combine. They would come in. I would start off with anatomy. I would talk a lot about the nervous system, and then I would get them right into restorative pose, or have them hang on the yoga wall, something to down regulate their nervous system. Then we would do breath work, visualization, and we would get into core strength, and they would feel how their core strength would be different than core strength of what they saw on YouTube, or core strength of what they tried in the past in other fitness classes. They would feel the difference. They would understand the importance of the nervous system. Because when I started doing this 10 years plus ago, I've taught a lot of workshops, 1 to 2 to 3 a month over a decade. The nervous system wasn't being taught back then. So I'm always evolving. You can always evolve utilizing the certification. So my client Justine, for example, she has a brick and mortar physical therapy practice. She's a women's health specialist. And when she first came to me, she was actually thinking of closing her clinic. And she is a successful business over multiple six figures, have big revenue months. But she was burnt out. She was tired. She was missing a lot of time with her family. So first we cleaned up her brick and mortar. We had to do some restructuring of her team. We had to do some restructuring of that high ticket wellness offer. And she wanted more freedom in her business. Her and her family has a dream of, they love Costa Rica, of going to Costa Rica, staying there longer. She just wanted to be able to take vacations anywhere with her family without having big revenue dips. And most importantly, she has some unique certifications, such as hypopressive training. I'm not sure if you heard it. You can go give her a follow. If you haven't, go check out the Healing Spot PT. You can online, and you can learn more about it. She wanted to be creative, utilizing physical therapy. She's also a Reiki practitioner and this hypopressive specialized core training to help her mamas and mamas to be. And so we created her online program. And she had a founding members goal in her founding members launch to hit 10 people. She blew past it and hit 14. Just this spring, she did a launch, a special spring special for her mamas and her mamas to be. Again, she had a goal of bringing in another 10. She hit 17. So now she has an online program that's going to bring in revenue without dependent on her body, or without her having to do more one-to-one sessions in the clinic. She has freedom now to do more online. Okay, so step number 2, you have your workshops. People say, "Ooh, I loved her in the workshops." You don't have to, promote yourself or feel slimy in the workshops because you blew their mind. So now people are coming to you at the end of your workshop, they're like, "Hey, I want to work with you some more. What's the next step?" Instead of trying to talk with those people right there and try to sell them into that one-off session, what you wanted to do is have a consultation, whether that is 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or 45 minutes, which is what I do. It gives people the opportunity to find out if they're a good fit to work with you. And you get to explain the value of your program, the benefit of working with you for multiple sessions versus just coming for a one-off session. Because if you're helping people with their back pain, if you're helping people lose weight, get stronger, be able to lift up their kids, get back to hiking, um, change up their diet, do functional testing. It's going to take more than one session. You know this. Yet you're always leading with that one-off session. Instead, lead with your consultation. And when you do this, you get people buying packages or high ticket wellness offers instead of that one session. You want to have a structure of your consultations, because that helps with people understanding the value, so they do want to work with you, because they do. They wouldn't have reached out to you if they hadn't wanted to work with you. They wouldn't have messaged you on Instagram. They wouldn't have come to you after class if something you didn't say, if you didn't resonate with them. It's not because you're expensive. Often, when you hear that phrase, something has gone wrong in the consultation or part of your process where they didn't understand the value of working with you for multiple sessions or for a longer period of time. So, whoops. The problem with that is when you're not getting a lot of yeses, you don't have a streamlined process to go from workshop to high ticket offer. It leads to burnout. You end up doing a lot of the things that I had mentioned, like having low ticket offers. You're a wellness entrepreneur, so I know you love to give, and help people, but it ends up being exhausted. You have revenue completely dependent upon your body. So if you get injured, now you're out of revenue. You're like me, you spend money on another certification thinking that's going to fix your business, or thinking that's what's going to bring in the clients, or you don't believe that the audience, the people, your right clients are in the audience that you currently have now. And all of that leads to burnout. And why is that a problem? Because let me show you. Because you're a wellness entrepreneur. So if you're feeling burnout, if you're feeling tired, you can't help people as effectively when you're not well. Now, no shame, no judgment here. You don't have to be 100% your ideal weight. You don't have to be 100% vibrant and happy all the time, right? Because life, I have a coach, she says life is 50-50. No one is perfect. Everyone is always working on something, especially in terms of their wellness. No one has a perfect diet. In fact, sometimes having the perfect rigid diet is not good for your body. Like for me, a raw diet just tears up my colon. I can't do it. It's for you feeling energetic and aligned will get you out of that burnout cycle into the signing client cycle. So you have more energy to give back to your clients. You wake up feeling energized and looking forward to your day. People feel that energy. They're like, oh, she's doing so good. She's so vibrant. She looks so happy. Like, or, you go through a hard time. They see you with that resilience. I get it all the time when I had my health diagnosis, or last year I had a personal um, life circumstance that was really, really hard. People see me come back. They're like, Allison, how do you keep coming back? They see you with resilience. They want that too. They want to be able to live their lives to the fullest. So they look up to you. They're inspired by you, not by your perfection, but just by being you. I can't tell you the number of um, yoga classes I gone to, and I knew that practitioner was burnout. And I knew they were teaching 15, 10, 10 over five. I think teaching over five classes a week is unnecessary and can lead to burnout. And they were dragging, they were monotone, their energy wasn't in it. I've been to practitioner sessions where the practitioner was burnout. I knew they were kind of rushing through things. They were quick, they were short. Their energy was just dragging. I'm like, oh goodness, they need help. And it doesn't leave me wanting more with them. You want to be vibrant, so your people do want more. And you can do that when you're getting more yeses on consultations, because when you have more yeses on consultations, sorry, I didn't mean to jump around there. But when you have more yeses on consultations, you're able to work the same number of hours, but double your revenue. How does that even happen? So let's say, for example, you have 10 consultations in 1 month. Now, that's kind of a high amount, but it's an easy number to work with. And you only close 3 of those. So only 3 people out of your 10 say yes. Let's say you have a $2,000 program. So 3 people, 2,000, that's $6,000 a month. Not bad. That's good, right? You're on your way to 6 figures. However, let's say just you inched up, you refined your consultations just a little bit, and you got 2 more people to say yes. So now you got 5 out of 10 people to say yes. So now it's 5 times 2. That's a $10,000 a month. You went from 6,000 to 10,000, $4,000, and all you changed was what you were doing in the consultation. So you didn't add any more time into your schedule. You just worked on refining what you're already doing. And you can use that same philosophy by working on the conversion of the workshops. Wherever you're refining in your business, if you're just moving the needle a little bit more, it can lead to bigger revenue months, but especially here in consultations. So here is the process with consultations that I personally use and a lot of my clients use. Number one, it's client focused. So I am there to serve them. This is where a lot of wellness entrepreneurs go wrong. How do I know? Because my husband and I actually we have, for example, I have had many practitioners myself, life coaches, but most memorable I would say was the consultations I went through for our marriage counselor. I did a lot of consultations for our marriage counselor. Now, I consider any type of coaching, counseling wellness, right? It was for my husband and I, relationship wellness and our mental wellness. People did consultations with me on the phone eating in the background. I could hear them eating in the background. One lady, she told me that she had a list of parameters that my husband and I could not be. Like, we could not do this, we could not be that. Like, none of us could be addicted, none of us could, there could be no like no one could be in harm. There was like a whole list of parameters. And I'm like, wow. Like if we didn't, you're looking for like people that if we fit all that criteria, we wouldn't be needing your help. Now, I wasn't in harm or I wasn't addicted to substances, but she had this whole list where I was like, wow, you're looking for like perfect people. Those don't exist. Like, and I felt so shamed in that consultation. I was like, no, 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 no. And any of those people I could tell were skilled practitioners. When I went on their website, like it was like master's degree, this, Gottman certification, that, like tons of certifications. Like I knew they were good at what they do, but their consultations left me as the person on the other end feeling unheard, unseen, not cared about, yucky, slimy. I just got off the phone with them as quick as possible. The person we said yes to, and this is true for my life coach, my somatic practitioner coach, is that I felt heard. They listened to me and my problems. They didn't just spam me with all their certifications. They told me a process that would help me for my unique problem. And that's what I help my practitioners do. So you're not just teaching people or telling people on a consult a cookie cutter framework. Here, step one is this, step two is that. You're going to have those as part of your core teaching pillars. I teach that in my Awaken program. But on the consultation, you're not going to just take them through some cookie cutter frameworks. You're going to tell them a process that's unique to their problems. And when you do that, they will be bought into you and understand how you can uniquely help them with their problem. And then when you see that, they're energized, they're excited to work with you, you will be able to confidently and succinctly say, okay, to work with me to solve this problem, it's a 3-month program. You get this and this and this for $2,000. And that's it. And you pause. There's no over explaining. There's no overcompensation. There's no attachment. There's no graspiness. Because even if they were a no, you know that more people are coming in because you have your 6-figure lead generation process, which is kind of meta because I'm teaching a workshop here today. But I use this strategy myself, which is how I know it works. So my client Jess, she came to me. She was stuck at 4K revenue months. She has a super large following on Instagram. You could go follow her if you want the whole answer. And she wasn't getting consistent consultations. And when she did get them, she didn't really like consultations, didn't like the feeling of it. And she was calling them free coaching sessions, for example, and she had a low conversion. We made some small tweaks to those consultations. And she sent me an email and she's like, I'm having my best year. I just hit my first 9K revenue month. She has plenty of time to be home, to be a mom. She gets to choose her ideal schedule. She's 100% online. So she gets to work from home. She gets to be the mom that she wants to be. And she's getting more yeses on our consultations just by doing this process. Okay. Step number 3. Are you guys relating? If you have any questions, just drop it in the chat. Let me know what you're thinking, what you're feeling. We're going to move on to step number 3, the process to create your high ticket wellness offer for your online program. So I find that when people don't have a high ticket offer, so maybe they have an on-demand online program for like $297. Sometimes you can have a first successful launch or second successful launch and bring in, 20 clients. If you have a $297 program with 20 clients, I'll tell you right now, that's $297 times 20, $6,000. Not too bad, right? The problem is getting that over and over and over again so you hit your 100K year. You need a super large audience. And like I said, it's possible to have a 100K year without a large audience. All you need is 100 to 200 people. You don't have to teach more than 4 classes a week. In fact, I believe personally, because I've been there where I've taught 10, 15 classes in a week, it's not sustainable. It leads to burnout. And when you're a burnout wellness entrepreneur, you're not going to be helping people as effectively as you really want to. So you end up you have all those low ticket offers. And again, you don't think that people want to work with you for a high ticket wellness offer. Wellness entrepreneurs, they tell me with all this going on that they feel overwhelmed, exhausted, stressed, and they don't feel adequate to be charging high prices. They don't feel worthy to charge high prices. And that's such BS because, again, I know that you are a skilled practitioner and people need your services. People will be willing to pay a few $1,000s if they get the results that they desire. Because if you're stressed out, overwhelmed, burnout wellness entrepreneur, again, you're not going to be living in alignment the way that you truly desire. So, when you have your ethical high ticket wellness offer, you're able to help people more effectively because they're working with you longer for 3 months, for example, instead of 1 or 2 sessions. So you can utilize all your creativity, you can utilize all your certifications, you work less, and you can help people more. You can hit 100K with that small audience, and you are confident. Here's a big one. You're confident that your in-person skills like body work, like energetic, will transfer online, because sometimes you start off charging those low ticket online prices because you don't feel like, oh, I haven't done this before. I'm not sure if people can really get results under online. They can. And I have a simple process so that you feel more confident, uh, and you believe that people will get results working with you online. And when you have this, you will feel more confident. You will feel proud of your business because you'll look at all the people that you help, all the people, all the things that you've created. You will feel fulfilled because you're living your purpose. You will feel more free because you'll have the option to bring in money online or in person. You won't be tied down to your clinic. You won't be tied down to always being having to work on your table, or using your body in yoga classes. You will have so much more flexibility in your business, and that creates sustainability. So now you'll have a business that you'll love to work in day after day after day. So here's the process for your ethical high ticket offer. Number one, you want to utilize all your certifications. So you got to write them all down. And then, yes, you do want to create a framework, thinking of what is the length of time that the average person would need to take to get X result working with you. So, for example, if they're coming to you for back pain, or if they're coming to you for to get stronger, to move better, to heal a gut issue, to improve their overall wellness. Like, you don't have to be niche down; you can be general. How can you utilize all those certifications and guide them through a framework? So, similar to what I taught in the workshop, how I would teach on the nervous system, I would teach them restorative. Yes, you have to get stronger. So, we also did core stuff. We did mobility. We worked with the nervous system and the fascia. And I brought that into my high ticket online program, but I just went into more detail and I had more touch points of them being able to work with me week after week after week. So you do want to create a framework. The framework doesn't belong in your consultation. The framework belongs in your offer. There's a difference. And you want to bring in your own personal story. This is what's going to allow you to be different than all the other wellness practitioners doing similar type of work. Those two things. I called it the E squared in my program, combining your expertise and your experience. So when I told my story of how I healed my own sciatica, because I had a big herniation where I wasn't able to, I actually had some annular fissure tears, which means I just tore my discs. I had big nerve pain. I was stuck on the couch icing for a couple weeks, and then I couldn't go back to my yoga program. I had difficulty working for a time. Um, but I healed it through that combination of working with my nervous system and yoga and massage and PT. And that story, my story with that unique combination of certifications, that what got people would be like, oh, I need that. I haven't tried that before. No one's told me that. I've never seen that. This is the missing link. And it often was because my people got better. And that's why they stick with me for so long, 5, 10 years, because they continue to get better. We heal their back pain and then we work on the next thing, or we evolve them. I work with semi-professional athletes, or even the retirees that just want to enjoy their life as they get older. You can do that too. And again, if you're a practitioner like me that might be limited by your state, I'm a physical therapist. I can only work as a physical therapist in the state of California. But yet, when I was teaching yoga teacher trainings all over the world, I had people all over the world. I worked with people in Brazil, Portugal, Canada, out anywhere in the US. And the reason why is because I had a wellness offer. And it's really simple. All you need is some legalities in your contract stating that it's wellness and not rehab or physical therapy services, which I had a lawyer write me up. And there I go. I had my online wellness option, which took a lot of pressure off my body. And so now I had a nimble, flexible, hybrid business where I could work with people. I never had to turn people away. So my client Julie she's 100% online. She had a business for over 17 years. She's a spiritual practitioner. She had all kinds of programs, a Reiki training program, Lightworkers Academy. She helped people become enlightened, all kinds of programs. So a lot of low ticket offers to mid-range offers, but yet she was still stuck at 2 to 4K months. She felt like she tried it all: live launches, ads, multiple offers, one offers, trainings, you name it. She'd done it over the 17 years. She came to me within 6 months. We streamlined her business. She's on the podcast. Actually, all these people are on the podcast. Jess, we're recording her podcast. I think it's next week. But Justine and Julie are both already on the podcast. If you want to go listen to it, it's Ignite Your Wellness Business podcast. You can go hear their stories in more detail. But within the 6 months, we streamlined her business. So she worked a lot less hours. She blew past her 8K goal and hit 10K with a streamlined, simple business with a repeatable process that she could do over and over again, 100% online. So you can have a simplified business that you love to work with. You get people results and you're able to live your life. You're not burnt out because you're not 100% reliant on your body. You have more freedom to work anywhere. So let's go over what's going to help you get there today. It's the importance of believing that people will buy a high ticket wellness offer, especially online. You got to believe that your in-person skills will transfer online. And if you need a certification to help bridge that gap, I did when I first moved online. I was like, oh, I can't feel people through the screen. How can I help to, release their fascia if I can't get my hands? I got a few other certifications, like I got some nutrition certifications. But the thing is I didn't stop my business to get the certifications. I kept my business going. I sold programs. I got clients into that program, and I learned my certifications. The mistake is people stop, get the certification, and then restart. And that leads to stop in your business. And that's not a sustainable business. We went over the pitfalls of having too many low ticket offers. We talked about how to maximize all your certifications and bring in your unique story so you differentiate yourself in the marketplace. So it doesn't matter how many wellness practitioners are online doing similar work than you, because you will stand out. We talked about preventing burnout and how to start signing clients and the benefit of signing clients and how that alone helps to prevent burnout as well. We went over the risks of not having an online program. And the 3 strategies to help you get there is having a 6-figure lead generation workshop system, high converting consultations, and your ethical high ticket wellness offer creates a system, a repeatable process that you can do over and over again, refining, getting smaller, higher percentages in each of those areas, leading to more yeses, leading to bigger revenue jumps. We also went over some case studies that show that this is a proven system that works, not just for me, but many of my clients. There's more client examples on the podcast as well. And on Instagram, I'm always talking about my clients on there, so you can follow me there. And remembering that when you do this, your potential is to hit those 10K months working less hours, not driving all around town teaching yoga classes here or there, not being back to back to back to back patients. I did that where I'd do that and I would book a patient during my lunch. I would have a yoga class I was teaching during dinner time. Look at my day. I was like, oh crap, what am I going to eat? No more of that. That leads to burnout. You'll have hell yes clients loving their results. They will see change because they're working with you longer. So they're not just doing those 1 or 2 sessions where it's really hard to see big change there. Yes, they will feel change in 1 or 2 sessions, but is it permanent? And is it really the bigger result that they truly want? And you're doing what you want to do without feeling like a mill, or without like having a mill practice, or not being stuck in a mill job, or not starting your wellness business and then not having it go that the way you want, or bringing in the revenue you want, and feel like you have to go get a mill job. No more of that. And it's possible to show up on social media 2 hours or less a week. If you have an online wellness business, you don't have to be on social media all the time. I teach my clients how to do it in 2 hours or less in a week. So this is possible for you. If you have any questions, you can start to drop them in the chat. But I want to give you a special offer if you want to start this today, working one to one with me in the 100K Awaken business coaching process, business coaching program, which utilizes all those processes that I just went over. So if you want to hit your first 6 figures online with profit, where you only have to schedule in an hour to meet with me a week and an hour to implement, you know that you can show up on social media. You'll know what to say and who you're talking to for a bigger impact, to help more people, to reduce the overwhelm, to reduce the stress, because you know you feel confident in your plan. You have an expert that you trust, a proven process that you trust. When you work with me one to one, it's a 6 month program where you get access to me every month. You get 3 one-to-one calls with me every month. And in between those calls and during your implementation week, so you never feel behind, or you can reschedule if you go out of town or you get sick or your kids get sick. We have a buffer week, so you don't have to hustle and overwork. You get access to me via Slack, so you can get personalized direct messaging with me in between calls. You also get bonus expert speaker calls. So, for example, just this week, I have an SEO expert coming in. I'm going to bring a lawyer come in to tell you what you need to write in those strategies, so you confidently can help people online without worrying about putting your license in jeopardy. Um, so I bring in expert speaker calls. They're all in the portal. You get access to the portal with all the modules there. Um, and so you can watch them all on your own time at your own pace. There's an app, so you can do it on walks or driving in the car. This is also valuable. People tell me is invaluable. You can submit an email. Let's say you're working on getting more consultations from your emails. You can submit an email to me and get feedback. You can submit an Instagram post and get feedback on. If you want to do a workshop, you can submit your registration page to me and you will get personalized feedback to me. We also have my clients are in a private um, community where you can even get feedback from them as well. You can collaborate with them, you can get to know them, so you never feel alone in this journey. So, the modules that we go over are the ethical high ticket wellness offer. You'll have a process where you know will create clients on demand. You'll get confident in your consultation, so you can jump from those 4K revenue months to 8K revenue months or beyond. You'll know how to create your 100K online wellness program, and how to transfer from being a brick and mortar practitioner to online, or do both, have a hybrid. And you'll get the 6 figure lead generation process. So I'll break that down because some people are curious about what this means. You're very welcome, Megan. You're welcome for sharing. Yeah, I'm happy to share my story. I'm glad you found it enjoyable. So here is an example of the portal, of what's in it for the high ticket wellness offer framework. Now, remember, you can watch the portal on your own time, or I just point you to specific lessons that are relevant for you, because you're meeting with me one to one. You're not just going to get a portal that's going to sit in your inbox and gather dust because it's too overwhelming. You don't know what to do or where to start. You're meeting with me one to one. So I will point you in the right direction, so you always know where to focus your time. But for example, you'll learn about how to position your ethical offer in the marketplace, what's important in terms of program details to get people results, your promise. What's the result you're delivering people in your online program? How do they achieve those tangible results? And with all that, what's the perfect price to charge? Those are some examples of what's in the high ticket wellness offer module. The clients on demand. The first 30 days of working with me, my whole goal is for you to make your money back and more, to start signing clients in the first 30 days working with me. So you'll have a step by step process. It's a calendar that you can just go through of activities that'll help you bring in clients or get you set up and prepared to be teaching your first workshop. Or if you're already teaching workshops, refine them so you can get some more consultations. So those consultations then become your ethical high ticket clients. So you'll learn this in the first 30 days working with me. We'll go over consultations. So I will personally go over what's happening in your consultations so you get more yeses. So you don't have to feel slimy. So you don't have to feel graspy. So you get less of, I have to talk to my husband, or let me think about it, or that's expensive. I wasn't prepared for that. So you feel more confident showing up to those consultations. The 100K wellness program. Now, this is what people online wellness program tell me they have never heard or seen before is how do I create that program with a small audience? How do I help them to get results? How do I transfer my brick and mortar skills online? I go over all of that and more, even knowing what type of online program to choose because there's different types. How to even, like my client Justine, create your own unique hybrid wellness offer. There's so many options. How do you quickly decide and then launch it? Because the quicker you decide, the quicker you launch it, the more people you will help and the more revenue you will have coming in the door. The six-figure lead generating workshops, I take you everything from deciding the topic, knowing when to do the workshop. If like today's April 22nd, like should you do a workshop in May or is that too soon? You'll know exactly when to book it, how to teach those uncommon strategies that we talked about, how to deliver a clear call to action without feeling like you're promoting yourself or slimy. You will feel confident when you show up in these workshops, so people will want to work with you more. Plus, I have some customized modules for extra support, such as I have a whole module on high converting social media content in 90 minutes a week. I teach you how to create stories. If you follow me on Instagram, you can see I love creating stories. They're very dynamic. I get people engaged with them. People are always like, "How do you do that overlay? How do you do the text? How do you get consultations from story?" I actually teach you the strategy behind it and the tech, so you know how to do that. Same with reels, so you don't have to spend a lot of time on social media. You have the content you put out there is effective. You know, again, you don't have to have a large audience. I'll teach you that framework on how to transfer your brick and mortar skills online. You'll know also how to go from being a brick and mortar to online. If you want to go 100% online, I teach you how to do that. If you want to do 50-50, or if you want to be like me and create your own number, I'm like 95% online, 5%, you could do 80-20. It doesn't matter, but you'll know how to transition. And like Kelly, you can start getting consultations from your classes right away with the Selling Without Selling module. You'll get all that is in the portal, plus you get one-to-one calls with me. And if you sign up, if you book a consultation right now and you determine to, you can use that QR code right there. If you book a consultation right now, you decide on that consultation call that you want to work with me and you sign up, and we get your calls already in the calendar by Friday, May 3rd. Then you'll also get access to the social media reels clinic. We're going to go over what reels convert, the tech. How do you make reels? I'll walk you through the step-by-step process, how to get more reviews, or do you really need the views? How to write captions that convert but don't take a lot of time. You can come to that clinic live with me. It's for my paying clients only, so it's going to be a small, intimate group, so you can get your personal questions answered. You can get help by me. So what you need to do is just book your consultation right now. Use that QR code so that you can get in. You can, if you decide it's a good fit, You can get in the program and you can come up live to that bonus session with me. So I invite you to book your consultation now, determine if the one-to-one, working with me, one-to-one, 100K Awaken Business Coaching Program is the right fit for you. So the cost of this the cost of this 6-month program is $5,500 for the 6 months. I do have a payment plan of $1,000 a month. So, any questions about the strategies we went over, about the program itself? I'm happy to answer. So I'll let you book your consultation call. I'll let you drop some questions in the chat. I'd love to hear from you. And again, if you haven't already, I'm downloading the Instagram handles. I will get back to you in the next few days with your free Instagram audit. That's the word I was looking for. You're very welcome, Laura. Good to see you here. It's been a while. Okay, here are some common questions. Will I get my return? Often people are hesitant because they've been coach hurt. They've done other coaching programs and it hasn't worked for them. So because I work with you one-to-one, I have a lot of progress trackers. So for example, every month I have a tracker that tells me your revenue of what you're currently bringing in, your thoughts about your marketing program plan, your marketing plan, your thoughts about your business. If you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed, takes less than 5 minutes to complete, but allows for me to see if you're on track. Every session, I do a very quick, very brief check-in so I know where you are in your business because I'm always ensuring that you're going to make progress in this program. So you'll never question whether you're succeeding. You'll never question whether it'll work for you. It's very different than large group programs that maybe you've been just a number on in the past, or you've been told to do Facebook ads, but you don't have the revenue for Facebook ads, for example. It's a very individualized program. I work with you where you're at, and I play to your strengths and what you want to create in your business. Again, if you feel short on time, this doesn't have to take a lot of time. I utilize what you're currently doing. And in the beginning, just like Julie, often it's a little bit of cleanup and a little bit of refinement to get you big revenue jumps. And that doesn't require any extra time. It just is a refinement of what you're already doing. Often, for most of my people, it actually saves them time. So, like Julie, you can make more time working less hours. And the portal, you can go at it in your own pace. I also have, you get 2 workbooks. I mail these out. I don't know if you can see, but I have some boxes behind me of some clients I'm mailing out their workbooks. You get 2 workbooks. They're pretty beefy, but you go through them at your own pace. Or on the one-to-one session, I say, for example, this is the systems and structures workbook. So let's say we were working on defining your brand. I'd say, okay, go to page 7, work on that branding section. And there's prompts in there and questions and systems in the workbook that help you to get clear on the next step and save you time. So I never give you busy work just to have you doing busy work. Another question, will this work for me? I've invested in other programs. I think I answered this question already. I track, I make sure that you are receiving progress and you're leveraging all the information that you know, that you like, that you've learned from other programs. We leverage that as stepping stones to get you to that next phase of growth in your business. Valencia said, oh, good, great. You booked the consultation. You just went off the website. I love it. Thanks so much. Also, my finger slipped when I was filling the form. Oh, okay, great. V Porter MD. Awesome, Valencia. I will go look you up. You're very welcome. I look forward to talking to you more on the consultation, and I'll send you your Loom video. I look forward to checking out your Instagram. Awesome. So, Valencia has her consultation booked. You can do that too. Congrats to Valencia to having the courage to take this next step in her business. The quicker you make decisions, just like Valencia, the quicker you're moving forward in your wellness business. So again, you can do what Valencia did. You could just go to the website. I can drop it in the chat. Or you can use the QR code. Either will work. And I'll see you on a consultation call. And of course, I'm going to download the chat. So I will go and you'll get an Instagram audit for me in your Instagram. Look for it. What I do is I just do a Loom recording. So you can look for it in your Instagram message inbox. So that's where you'll get it from me in the next few days. I should have them done this week, but just give me a few days because I like to spend time looking at them. I just want to give you ample time, make sure I give you good feedback. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming. Are there any additional questions? If not, I'll see you on a consultation call or in your Instagram inbox. It was so nice to see you all. Bye.